And this is President Chad, and you are looking at Busting It on the United Hour. Well, today we're looking to talk about the Premier League. You know how things would have gone throughout the season. Not in any big detail. We're just gonna kind of break it down in an overview. And I have some special guests with me today. I've got in the house with me Martin Phillip, a Manchester City supporter, and was a Newcastle supporter. So, we're looking to get the view of the Premier League from the eyes of these guests and also the upcoming transfer market. So, congratulations, Martin Phillip, on City's, I think it's second in a row. Yeah, second
Yeah,
title
yeah,
in 2 seasons.
true. Thank you. Well deserved.
um, you all were running away with the league in December, and you all
Uh-huh.
allow Liverpool to come back to the point where it actually had some drama on the closing day, where there was some Liverpool supporters jumping out of themselves, thinking that they had a chance of winning the league. Obviously, that was short lived. 2 minutes of Kevin De Bruyne and City dominance, and that was the end of that. But for a little while there, Liverpool supporters had a little hope. Um, what do you think was the reason that City kind of, to some extent, one would have to say, stumbled at the end there
You
in the
know, you
last
know,
3 months of the season?
one of the things we had basically, I would say, two problems. One is when you have somebody who everybody tells to think is a genius, two things can happen. One is either they're very exceptional, or two, they could act like a mad person. And sometimes that is how our coach behaves. When I say behaves, I'm talking about like in the selection and stuff like that. Right? But forget about him for now because he was not the field playing. Um, we had some injuries and it really manifests in the back line. I mean, there was a time when you had Fernandinho, right? Literally playing in the back line. Not as clean as Juan Bissaka. You know, you could create some serious problems with the back line. But that being said, I mean, you had Diaz sick, you had um, Laporte being injured, you had, I mean, it was just Akil, you had, is everybody, Walker, everybody that played for us in the back line had a problem this year. I am hoping it doesn't repeat itself next season, right? That being said, you know, I honestly find that we had a right to maintain, I mean, some points, and it should have been easy sailing by the second to last game, where we all know what happened with Mahrez and the penalty, so we will go into that. But at the end of it, we prevailed, which is important, you know.
True. City seemed to be able to pull out wins when it mattered most. Um, was you know we spoke at the beginning of the season.
Mhm.
We spoke around December, and you were very nervous about Newcastle getting relegated. I wasn't nervous at all, and I remember telling you that more than once. Don't worry, your team going to be safe. But not only did your new manager, well, he's not so much new anymore, but not only did he get you all out of the drop zone, but you all finished. You all had a very strong finish. You finished in the top 10, yeah.
Nah, we just fell short in the top 10 there.
It fell just short, but you could have. You all were closer to finishing in the top
Yeah.
10 than to relegation when all was said and done. So, what do you give credit to the turnaround at Newcastle?
Um, First thing first, congratulations to Manchester City winning the league there. And I know for Manchester United, next season with Mr. Ten Hag, it's going to be a different season for you all there. Expecting greater things for you all there, right? And all the best with that as well there. I was nervous as we spoke many times about seeing relegation. I've seen my team relegated a few times. One nice thing when they got relegated, the players, majority of the players would actually stay on, take a pay cut, and actually fight to come back up. So the 2 times they were relegated, they actually came back up. Mike Ashley, I'll be honest with you, he destroyed that team and support the fan base, everything. He was going after that club. It was just pure business. And I don't think at any stage in 14 years, Mike Ashley actually understood, being owner, how much money he could actually earn from the support of Newcastle, right? You got 54,000, a stadium with 54,000. Even in the championship, that club was filling about 50,000 seats, all right? So he didn't have it. Now, having the new owners, it's a lot more relaxed. As a supporter of the team, you feel more confident, more relaxed. Whatever is to happen, it will happen. But you're seeing the team is fighting. They're actually going out there to play football you can enjoy. Hey, we even beat Arsenal. That's a game I won't forget for a long time.
All right. So based on what you were saying before, it is the change of ownership and the change of direction that you are crediting for the improvement of Newcastle. Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, yes. There's more positivity coming out of the supporters, the club, and even the owners. They interact with the fans, players. Right now, I mean to say every game, home game, they would actually have banners and flags waving right through. On the Sports Direct and Mike Ashley, that was a no-no. So,
as somebody who have their hands on the pulse of Newcastle, what do you think the ownership is going to be doing in this transfer window? That everybody who is not a Newcastle supporter keeps talking about people like Nearman, big flashy names, and the club spending hundreds of millions of dollars. But you, as a Newcastle supporter, you who follow the news coming out of the club, you who follow the rumors, real legit rumors, not the crazy ones. What do you see Newcastle doing in approach to the new transfer window coming up?
All right. Technical directors, they have Dan Ashworth coming in shortly. They're waiting for the Premier League to actually approve it because there's a payoff for, I think, Brighton and Hove when he transfers, right? Sven Botman, Dutch under 21 defender there. He's high on the list. I mean, they say he's being quoted as well by AC Milan. Lucas Paqueta is a very good opportunity for him to join as well. Everything all depends on FIFA fair play and how much money we could actually spend in the season there. But they're going to spend money, all right? They made some spending. They did bought some players and got some on loan there over the Christmas season there for January, right? That was a stopgap to get through relegation battles. And I think most of the players they've actually purchased, they will keep, or who are there. Very few would leave, I'm expecting. But what they're going to do is increase the depth. Because unlike Manchester United, Man City, Chelsea, you lose a striker or a midfielder or a centre back, you could pull up on your reserves. Newcastle doesn't have that right now, and that's one of the things that they have to work on, building a depth of squad. All right. After that, it's fair game. I don't think Newcastle supporters. If we get Neymar, we will take him, or Suarez, right? But more important than getting household names or big names in football right now is getting quality talent coming up that you could actually coach and develop into a team, right? Looking at Chelsea.
Let me ask a question. If you all were to be offered Harry Maguire, you will take him?
I've been laughing about him at times, right? Harry Maguire has been under a lot of pressure. You've seen the quality of him at times with England and playing before, right? I think Harry Maguire, with the right directions and support, I think he will turn around. I don't think he is that bad as he's playing there, right? But
so that means yes. you know, Harry was to come to Newcastle, you wouldn't mind having him.
Yeah, right. He has experience, huh? Um, Pogba, for me personally, some might want him. The attitude. All right.
Oh yes,
Uh,
yes. I mean, on the rumor mill, there was talk about Pogba to Newcastle, but I don't think Pogba gonna be staying in the
no.
Premier League. I don't think he's gonna be staying in England. Um, so the same question to you, Mr. Philip. You know, Manchester City just won the league. Your team is going through a lot of transition. We hearing about Jesus leaving. We hearing about Fernandinho leaving. We hearing about Silva wanting to leave. The end of last season, Laporte wanted to leave. I'm not hearing anything about him wanting to leave now. So clearly there's going to be Haaland coming in. There's going to be some changes for Manchester City. Apart from Haaland, what you all expecting? Gundogan, I believe, is also supposedly on the way out. What you all looking as a supporter? What it is you looking for and hearing on the grapevine concerning City in the transfer window?
Okay, well, the person who is actually out is our captain, Igor, right? That is Fernandez. Um, then you have Gundogan. What is going on with him? The club have actually told him that he could, you know, um, look for another club. What happened is you've seen a lot of things about Jesus and Sterling in particular. As far as I know, Sterling is supposed to be a negotiation, and it seems as though Sterling is playing hardball because he wants to play. He wants to be playing more, so he want to start more games, right? Jesus recognizes that it's better he leave because if you want to be on a first team, you might find yourself being second or third. Therefore, you wouldn't be starting much games. So I honestly believe that Gundogan and Jesus might be through the door, and Sterling will only be through the door if Sterling refuses to come to an agreement with them. If they just can't, bridge that gap, then maybe you might find that Sterling. The anybody else, Zinchenko, he might also be leaving. You know, yeah, might. I say might guardedly because I haven't heard them say, well, look, they're going to be easing them through the door. I haven't heard anything of that. But he is one of those that, you know, if it is that clubs come, they will send him. Now, Silva ain't going nowhere, and Laporte ain't going nowhere. Pep made it quite clear Silva could leave, yeah, but he had to come in about 100 million. Let me be honest, nobody ain't coming with 100 million for Silva. Not now, right? So, so yes, he's saying Silva could leave, but Silva is very happy because I think what happened with Silva is with the COVID for the last two periods there, he he couldn't like go and visit his family as often as he would. So like he was kind of like family struck type of thing. So
Homesick.
right. Well, since they lacks everything, you can go visit more. They could come visit more. I don't know how they're really going, but he seems to be happy, and it shows in his game. Even though he haven't been scoring much goals, but he been doing a very good job. Now he was talking about people coming in. Well, we know Haaland coming in. I've been talking about Haaland because everybody hearing about Haaland.
Support the United Hour. Click that like button and subscribe.
Right? The young guy from Argentina, that is Alvarez. I don't know, something about this guy, the fact that he's unknown to a lot of people, I tend to like him more. Maybe that is the way I tend to see it. Then I would try to to see more on what he does. Unlike Haaland, because everybody know what Haaland doing. And what is the strange thing is, soon after Haaland signed and everything, he scored 6 goals in a match. A hat trick in the first half and a hat trick in the second half. So I think he was just telling Haaland, well, yeah, you have all the name recognition, but this is what I could do. And I was very, very happy about that. But it's something I want to say. This guy from Brighton, the defender, right? Kukurea or whatsoever is his name. I hope I pronounce it. I didn't mess the guy name up. Right? I am hoping that we could get him. And I will tell you why. I look at the guy play, and he plays really in the vein that Pep's like players in the back to play. And I'm not talking about the central midfielder, the central defender, right? He's on the wing, and he runs, he crosses, and he looks good. And I hope we can get him. Whether we get him is something different, because you have other clubs pursuing. We're also looking at, let's talk about Calvin Phillips. I know Pep is very interested in him. Whether he's going to come to City, he's going to go somewhere else, I don't know. I have a question mark by him. I believe he could improve, and if he improves, he may be a great player. All for now, he is still to convince me, that he is the right player for the position midfield. And that's about it. I mean, what I'm hoping is that we have like 4 young players. 3 of them got chances. The one that stands out the most is one called Cole Palmer. I am hoping that somewhere along the line, this young man could get some more games, because he reminds me of a young Rashford running down the road, and it's bullet time, goalie, defenders, whosoever, make sure the ball don't get in the back of the net. I like this young guy. He to me, he's really good. Whether Pep is going to play him, give him the chance a day, that is something different. But that's it. That's it for now. Basically, where we are.
Well, both of you all already, your clubs already seem to be solid in terms of the people they're going after. Since Kansas City, they already have two strikers in. So let's take us, peep into next season. Do you expect there's only been one club to win the Premier League 3 times in a row, and that's Manchester United. And actually, we did it twice. Do you think that Manchester City is going to be in a strong position to compete for that first place? Because the English press definitely does seem to believe that. They seem to pick a 2-horse race already. A matter of fact, if you listen to them closely, they seem to pick you as second, because I hear people talking about Liverpool is the greatest team in England. I don't understand where they get that from, considering Liverpool didn't win the league. They didn't win the Champions League. But everybody seems to be raving about Liverpool, to some extent, even more than Manchester City. But how do you see it? Do you think that you'll have a good opportunity to win the 3rd Premier League in a row?
Yes, but let me jump back to this. Yes, I honestly believe. But I'll tell you something. I think it is always better to be the underdog. Let Liverpool be the top dog. You understand me? I'm very happy for them. Let them be the top dog. Because you could see what happened when they lost against Real Madrid. All these other tears. Then you can see what happened when they recognize, oh shucks, but we win in the Premier League. So let them be the top dog and let everybody pat them on the back, and then they lost. My thing is the Premier League this season is going to be different from all other seasons. 2 things is going to happen. One, you're going to have 5 subs. That is definitely going to be a big game changer in the Premier League this season. The next thing is you have in the World Cup. smacking for the season. So that is also going to. So I mean, how does my club really fare in the whole scheme of things? I don't know. Because remember, you taking some of your premium players and they go in and play World Cup. You just show some of them guys and them coming back injured. You know, yes, you may have guys who would get the opportunity to play. But when you want to win something, you don't want somebody going out there and they're not
And
sure,
and
you know?
what you're saying there is something, I mean, nobody hasn't really spoken about in any meaningful way. But the top clubs will be losing probably most of their starting 11, if not all their starting 11.
Right.
Teams like Liverpool, teams like City, teams like Chelsea would see most of their team go into the World Cup. And who knows, right? Who knows what effect that would have, even if they don't get injured, what that effect will have on their fitness, what effect that will have on their ability, to come back from a tournament, an intense tournament like the World Cup, and how it would affect their performances. I don't know, but I have seen a notable drop off in Salah after losing the AFCON
True,
final,
true, true.
and then after not making it to the World Cup, psychologically it seems to have affected Salah. The Salah we have seen since January was not the same Salah that was going on before, right? So
Okay.
we don't know what how the World Cup is going to affect some of the bigger teams, because you find that some of the teams that may not be competing in the top for the top 6 or top 7, you find a lot of these teams wouldn't be losing much players, and they would be in a lot better state heading into the second half of the season. So, was for you, what how do you view Newcastle in terms of their going forward? In terms of what kind of season you expect Newcastle to have this season? You all barely missed out on the top 10. Is top 10 a reasonable expectation for Newcastle this term?
It's going to be a tough season. Huh? It is. I see it possible to make top 10. Say between 12 and 8, right? Eddie Howe, I have to admit, last year September, I had some issues. I wasn't sure what if Eddie Howe. Early last season, if Eddie Howe would have been a man, but he's proved me wrong, and he's a club favorite now, fan favorite as well, and he's actually doing good. And not only that too, he's improving himself as well as a gaffer or manager, right? So I'm
You
gonna see
you
great
actually brought me to a question that I wanted to ask. There was some rumors before the end of the season about you all going after Jose Mourinho. After Jose Mourinho won the Conference Cup, he committed his next season, at least one more year to Roma. Said he's not ready to leave the Roma project as yet. I don't know when last Roma has won any kind of silverware, but he has got them. He got them winning something, and then he got them back into Europe because they finished outside of the European places, but winning the Conference League. They are now inside. If a big name manager was to come up, Zinedine Zidane, who else? Who's a big name manager? If Kylian Mbappe fall out with Pochettino before the season starts and PSG decide to part ways, would you be open to having a big name manager at the club, or you think that Eddie Howe deserves the next season at least?
Nah, he deserves it the next season. No, if I remember rightly, he came in for 2 years, right? And they told him that you gotta get it done quickly, else we're gonna have to look for someone else, right? And he's done it. And in all fairness, what he's doing, as I said, he keeps improving on himself and the team. And I've seen the team do some things that last season, season before, and even beginning of the season, they wouldn't do. He's really trying hard. I would hold on to him.
You feel so confident that right now you think you are relegation proof. You're not even considering the relegation fight next season. You're only looking at top 10 finish or above?
Anything is possible in football. I mean, say Leicester City came up in 2016 and won it. But what I'm saying, our mindset now is more cheerful and we're looking to see what the club could do on a rise, right?
Well, it's just one question I'd like to ask you. Would you all be looking for a goalie for the new season, or you'll be holding on to the one you have?
We'll hold on to him, but we're also looking for another goalkeeper. 2 centre backs, a striker, a forward, 2 centre backs, and a goalkeeper.
I just wanted to, before we shut it down, to leave the floor open. If anybody have any questions for anybody else.
No, I would just like to make a joke with was, and that is but England have a lot of derbies, right? And the Spanish are them like clásicos. And I was wondering whether or not it will have the Petro, I don't know what they will call it, derby or clásico between City and Newcastle.
In time. And
no, but go ahead.
Yeah, in time, you never know. But
no, the reason why I said Petro is, both of them owners oil money, so
yeah. Yes.
I just have one question, which is not really football related, but there's still a lot of talk about Saudi Arabia and the human rights challenges. If the prince was to come to the stadium, how do you think these fans and the supporters would respond to his presence?
I think the third strip.
And by just now, when I say prince, for those who may not know, I'm talking about Prince Salman, the Saudi Arabian prince, heir apparent to the Saudi throne.
Well, there was a joke going around already because the third strip, or the away strip, or the third strip, is actually in Saudi Arabian colors, white and green, right? And some people talk about it, thing and stuff, but they've actually done a lot of changes to the club. They're looking to maybe expand the stadium, to build training facilities, invest money, right? And even taking a team that was on the brink of relegation. They will be given the respect that they deserve for what they've done.
And I agree with you. At the end of the day, you would judge an owner on how he treats with your club, right? If he is the runner of a country, you're not going to judge him on how he runs the country. When you hear AC Milan supporters talk about Berlusconi, they don't ever talk about him on his record as Prime Minister of Italy, right? You talk about him on his record as the owner of AC Milan, and when AC Milan was winning Champions Leagues and dominating Italian football. So I agree with you. I don't have any problem with that at all. It's just a question that I had, because I know how the English like to try to take things and look for drama in it. And I know that is a question that the English media would have of Newcastle supporters. But I expect, like you, I expect the supporters to show the man respect and be, glad, because so far what he has done in a very short space of time, they have really lifted the spirit, not just of the club, but of the entire area, the entire city of Newcastle, So I agree with you. Gentlemen, thank you all very much for taking the time to be part of the United Hour and Buzz the Net. This is President Chad saying, Red Devils don't die, we multiply. And remember, Ten Hag is here.